Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I just wanted to have a bit of a discussion about the Lighthouse from Season 4, how it works, how you should be using it, what you can use it for, and why it's such an important seasonal building to focus on. So when you first start Season 4, you will not have all of these generators unlocked. The way you unlock them is by upgrading your optoelectronic lab. So as you upgrade your optoelectronic lab, these generators will become available. Now, once the generator is available, you have to first repair it. And once you've repaired it, you then have to go ahead and hunt for zombies on the world map. And as you hunt the zombies, you collect them, and they will then be used to actually power the generator, which then supplies power to your lighthouse. So now, if we take a look at the lighthouse, you'll be met with this interface, a lot of things going on here. So let me break it down. So number one, you have got something called the power input. So this is how much power is getting input into your lighthouse, and it can come from numerous sources. So if you click on the power input, it'll actually tell you where you're getting the power from. So number one, the Alliance Center will be giving you power. So at the moment, it's given me 600 power per a minute. And, as you upgrade your Alliance Center, which I'll just show you this now quickly. So as you upgrade it, and you upgrade it by using the copper, the level goes up. And as the level goes up, the power gained increases as well, as you can see there. But I'll make a separate video about the Alliance Center, so I'm not going to get into too much detail with that one. Alright, so that's one of the sources you can get power from. Another source is from your Alliance members. So they can actually send what's called the electricians to you in order to give you power. So for example, if I go to any base and I click on this little power icon, it'll then send an electrician to this person's base to help power their lighthouse. At the moment, I am actually sending all of my electricians to power my allies. So you can see 4 of my team members, I'm busy powering up their base. So that's what you can also get that from other players as a power input. So all combined, I have 6 people who are powering up my base, which is giving me a total of 3,600 power per minute. Okay, so that's primarily where I'm getting the power from currently. And if you add these two together, that will give you the total power input. Okay. And then if we have a look at the power storage, this is essentially this little number here. So your lighthouse has a maximum power storage capacity. So if we go ahead and try to upgrade this, you'll see how the current capacity is 200,000, and on the next upgrade, which will be to level 11, it'll go up to 205,000. So as you increase this lighthouse, your power capacity goes up, meaning to say you can store more power. So that's how you can see the power storage is at maximum capacity. Just like your smartphone battery indicator, you can see the different bars there. Power consumption, of course, is how much power your lighthouse is consuming at the moment. So with this one, the lighthouse is broken into level 1, 2, 3, and 4, or you could say light 1, 2, 3, and 4. So obviously light 1 is the first sort of brightness level. And if I'll just show you this here, you can see that at light 1, I'm just going to call it light 1 for now. You'll see it requires 1,200 power per minute to stay at light 1. It will illuminate a 5x5 square, as you can see, and it does give you certain buffs. So obviously I've just mentioned that, the illumination range. Because Season 4 is all about the light, staying in the light as much as possible is going to keep you the safest. Anytime you're in the darkness, you can sort of get attacked by zombies and suffer a lot of negative downsides, like your resource production can go down. And then of course you'll also get a virus resistance increase for level 1 or light 1, it'll be plus 50. So that'll be added to your current virus resistance, which, as we know, is the most important thing for Season 4. And as you can see, as you go up a level, so even to level 2, the power consumption jumps up by a massive amount to 6,000 per minute. But if you do stick to a level 2 or light 2, it will illuminate 11 by 11 square. You will also have the virus resistance increase to 150, so that is pretty good. And as you can see, as you go from level 2 to 3 to 4, the power consumption jumps even more so, but you do get a much larger illumination square. And the only other difference is, as well as you go up higher levels, the virus resistance does go up even higher. So at level 3, it's 250. At level 4, it stays at 250. But another buff you do get is this high spirits, which is will increase your morale by 3%. For level 3, then level 4, it will increase it to 5%. So you are getting a few extra buffs. So for the most part, you'll probably be staying at level 1 because it is very important to keep your lighthouse on as much as possible. The reason being is because it is one of the goals of Season 4. So if you click on the goals tab, you'll see the individual goal. You want to keep your lighthouse on for as long as possible. As it reaches different hours, you receive these corresponding rewards. So at the moment, I've had mine on for 135 hours. So as I sort of build that up, it'll just keep going higher and higher, and I will get more rewards. So that's very important to keep your lighthouse on as much as you can. You also do have this option where you can, auto adjust the brightness. So how this works when it is switched on, anytime the power input is greater than the power consumption needed, it'll automatically switch to the next level. So because level 2 requires, I think it was 6,000, I mentioned before. Let me just double check that. Yep, 6,000. Because of that, I would need to keep my power input to about at least 6,100 or higher in order for that auto brightness to adjust to switch over to level 2. And so that's something to keep in mind. Generally speaking, I mean, you can switch this on or off depending on how active you are. If you're not going to be super active, probably best to keep it on auto, just so it can auto adjust when you're not online. And then moving over to the next tab, which is the electrician tab. So like I was showing you before, that will tell you where your electricians are currently at. So as you can see, I'm assisting all of these players, and if I click on the location, it'll take me directly to who I'm assisting. So you can use that to kind of like monitor what your electricians are doing. And then of course, if you are supplying power to one of your alliance members, you can always hit this return button if you want your electrician to return back to base. And here it tells you as well, the power gained from, all the people assisting me. And like I said, you can also see that under this power input menu. So that's very useful. Then this is the manual. I mean, you can go through this if you want some more detailed instructions on, how everything works. But from what I've already explained, that's the most important thing that you really need to know about all of this. The only other thing I would just mention as well is there's another option to auto turn off this lighthouse when Blood Night descends. Now, this would probably be a good idea because during the Blood Night event, which I have gone over briefly in a previous video, the power consumption is a lot higher. So you need to be very careful about, keeping your lighthouse on during this time because the power consumption is crazy. From memory, I believe it can go up to like 16,000 at level 1. So that is extremely, extremely high. So you definitely probably want to be keeping your lighthouse off unless maybe you are receiving help from other alliance members, because you can have up to 50 helpers in total. So that can always definitely help out as well. So yeah. So that is pretty much the lighthouse and everything you need to know. But if you have any other questions, just leave them down below. I'll try to answer them as quick as possible. But yeah, main thing to take away from this video is make sure you understand the Lighthouse, how it works, because it is a very key building in Season 4, and you're going to be using this essentially every day, so that's why it's so important. But that's the end of this video, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.